This is about shooting videos for YouTube on an iPhone 5 SE. Yeah, that's the little one. It works. I was getting ready to shoot this video today and I was adjusting the exposure lock on the screen and it looked and I'm like, ugh, my hair looks like it's white. And I thought, well, yeah, that's because it is. I'm starting to look like Santa Claus. Half a year away from 80. This is amazing. It's a lot of fun to be alive. I'm having a ball with it. So this is about shooting videos for YouTube with an iPhone 5 SE and how to get started with the lowest cost I've been able to find. Put it that way. An iPhone 5 SE. It's a small phone, very pocketable, not the latest anything, not the latest anything. This is the selfie camera. It's fairly low resolution, but it works. You're watching it. What I'm doing is putting together videos for people to get an idea of how to start a YouTube channel and not completely drain the bank. Okay, I got a steal on this phone. Get that. Get ready for my close-up. I got a steal on this phone on eBay. It was like $57 or something like that. It's 128 gigabyte memory. iPhones, the price goes up with the memory. The rest of the phone is identical. This with the 32 gig is much cheaper. And normally this model sells for pretty close to the $100 range, 80, 90, 95, 110. Don't spend over $100 for it. Get the 64 gig, you know, it's down there price-wise. That's enough. That's enough. You can get going with that. Shoot your videos, look at them, figure out what you want to use for an editing program. That'll be another of my videos. To get started, square one is iMovie. iMovie comes free from Apple. It works really well in this little tiny phone. There's the weak spot. Little tiny phone. Little tiny phone means it's going to be a bit of an experience to do the editing. But if you keep it simple, you don't have a whole lot of fancy stuff. This isn't about getting fancy. It's about getting a video done and getting it on YouTube. And buffering, waiting for the next piece of intelligent information to come into my head. I'm going to stop for a minute and let a motorcycle take off. Or I'll just keep it going and you can hear what's happening. This is the minimum. It's got built-in microphones for the audio. That's what I'm using. I have some pretty darn good mics, but this isn't about that. This is about square one. What works? Car up on the highway. You'll hear it. And here comes the motorcycle. You'll hear that. There's a parking lot. It's a parking lot right here, okay? That's what I'm looking at while you're looking at me. Whoa. It's a quiet motorcycle. Amazing. Anyway, you can edit those things out quite easily. iPhone's pretty user-friendly. You know, they're not going to make the most difficult to use thing in their freebie program. They want people to get started, so trust me, it works. It works fairly well. There's a whole lot of little instructional videos on YouTube about editing with iPhones with iMovie, and you can find some, I'm sure, that have the basic, you know, like iMovie 101 kind of thing. Square one, basic stuff to get started. Trust me, it's easy. It's simple. Don't get over your head because you'll pull back and I tried that, it didn't work, it was too hard. You lose your motivation, lose your interest, and we won't get to hear what you want to tell the world. I'm sure you have something that you want to tell the world about. You know something that is different than anybody else's story on that subject. Find that, make your little movie. This is on a mono stand that used to be a household medical appliance for hanging IV bags on for hydrating. I'll make another video on how to convert these over to a camera stand. It's like, duh. The whole setup. Let me get my pocket and find another item. This is a wide angle lens. There we go. Now, there. It's made by a company called Olo Clip. I don't know that they're even still in business. I found it on eBay. I glued it to this clamp. Duco household cement. Again, been using it for over 50 years. I love Duco household cement. It works for a whole bunch of stuff. Anyway, I'm going to put this on. I'm standing in one place. I'm staying here. I'll put the lens on. There. I got smaller because it's a wide angle lens. They do that, but field of view got a whole lot wider. So, if your starter camera is, let's say, 50 bucks, this stand that's holding it, adjustable up and down, was used in a thrift store for like $4, $3, probably $3. My wide angle lens and the little clip was less than 10. Do the math, $63 so far. If you want to get fancy, you can. This is a microphone SV88 by Shure. It plugs in to the end of the phone, and you just doubled your $63 roughly. You're up to 120. Adding this, that's another 60 bucks. But when these little phones were new, which was 10 years ago, they came with earphones, headphones, whatever you want to call them. Ta-da. And that plugs into the end. And this has a microphone right here in the right ear side. There's the earphone, there's the microphone, here's the wire that plugs into the phone, and that gives you maybe 40 inches, which is a little snug. So you can get an extension cord, and I'm not going to unroll it because it's the same as this, only longer, and this will give you probably 10 feet, more than you need, but enough to where it can hang down out of the picture, off the camera, over to where you are, and come up your back, again, to the little microphone. $75 should, if you're careful, should get you comfortably started with a camera, normal lens, wide angle lens, camera stand to hold it, auxiliary microphone, headphones, editing program came with the phone. That's it. That's it. If you have to add a light, you can hang a bare light bulb up someplace if you need to. There's a bunch of other things. We can get into lighting later on. I'm going to get rid of the wide angle lens. There. Okay. I didn't move. Optically, I got closer, but I didn't have to move. But it's a narrower field of view. Again, this is the built-in mic. What you're hearing is the built-in microphones. You get a lot of ambient sound. I'm outside, so you don't get room reflection and echo and bang, bang, bang off small rooms in houses, businesses, garage, whatever. If you're in a room close to walls, you're going to have some iffy sounds, put it that way. And that's the cheap workaround. Get the headphone mic for, $5, whatever. That'll solve your problem. There's a thing with doing videos. The audio is more important than the video. I had a real hard time with accepting that when I first heard about it. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. No. Oh, it's me. I want to be famous, and I want my image and my video and blah blah blah. But if you can't hear it, people will just hit the no way button, and you're toast. It's out of here, and they're on to whatever's next with somebody else's videos. The audio is important. I'm going to plug my headphone mic in. How do these things tie themselves in knots when you're not around? It's like you pick them up in the morning, you go to bed at night, this is laying in a chair, you pick it up in the morning and it's tied in knots, and it makes me wonder, how did that happen? Who did that? So here comes this microphone. I don't know why I put it in my ears. You don't have to. Okay, there. We're plugged in. I'm going to undo this, hold the wire, and there's my microphone. I can see it on the screen, and there it's out of the view. So we should have better audio just with this little bitty microphone than the built-in ones. We should have better audio, and one more reason for people to enjoy your videos. That's pretty much it. I'm not going to go with the more expensive Shure mic right now, because you don't need that at this point. At this point, you don't need that. Keep it simple. Have fun. If you're not having fun, change what you're doing. Find something else to do videos about. Enjoy it. Relax. Do your first one. Screw up. Go, post it anyway. Put it out there. Start a little YouTube channel. I'll see if I can find later on, like in a couple videos down the road, there's some video channels on YouTube that will help inspire you to do the videos. Good people. I could do those videos all day long, and they wouldn't be half as good as what these guys have already done. So I'll find them and put some links up for you, so you can watch them for good inspiration. Have fun. Please have fun. Smile at somebody. Do what you can do to make their day and yours a little bit happier. Makes the world a better place for all of us. Take care. See you next time.